If you know they use three camera, clear. That was their favorite slogan until it got them in deep trouble. In a big village lived so many pretty ladies. The ladies were very classy and dressed luxuriously. Even if they were living in a village, they didn't look like it. Majority of the village girls attended the most popular school in the village, Gracious Arts College. It was the only big school in the village, and they all did everything to get into that school. As the people in that school are considered as very intelligent, people also wanted to go to the school because it's an opportunity to make friends with the children of rich people in the village, to network and clinch with them. Gracious Heart College was a school for high-class people alone. The most popular girls in the school, Favy, Susie, and Gen Z, they were very beautiful and fashionable ladies in their 20s. Their real names are Favor, Susan, and Generous, but they wanted something more unique and they nicknamed themselves Favy, Susie, and Gen Z. The girls were so popular for their fashion sense. Every girl in the village wanted to be and look like them because they were so classy. They were nicknamed the iPhone Baddies because every time a new iPhone is released, they are always the first person to purchase it. Right from the days of iPhone 6 up to the latest iPhone 16 Pro Max, the ladies were always the first to purchase the latest iPhones. They were obsessed. Their love for iPhones made them so popular. The people loved iPhones too because of the camera quality and other unique features, but they couldn't afford it. So seeing someone in their village own the most expensive one at that, the people respected them so much. Even the kids with rich parents weren't using an iPhone. It's kind of wondered some of them because the iPhone baddies weren't from a rich background. Their parents were not so rich, so how and where did they get all of the money to get their iPhones? People were wondering. The ladies were so full of pride as they were the only ones in the village using the latest iPhone. Some aspiring iPhone badiras would save so much just to get an iPhone and be a part of the iPhone baddies group because that is the only requirement to be one of them. Some ladies would save up so much for years just because they wanted to join them, but they couldn't because they didn't buy the latest iPhone 16 Pro Max. One day, the iPhone baddies were walking on the school compound, and as usual, they were the center of attention. The other students kept staring at them like they were some celebrities. They waved at them, but the iPhone baddies ignored them and continued walking, flaunting their various iPhones. Nancy, a timid pretty lady, walked up to them and said, "Hi girls, my name is Nancy. I admire your group so much. I have all the qualities of becoming an iPhone baddie. I can dress well, as you can see, and I speak well too." The iPhone baddies admired Nancy's courage. It has been so long since someone walked up to them to become one of them. Susie asked Nancy, "Okay girl, what phone are you using?" Nancy brought out her iPhone 7 Plus that she saved for 6 months to purchase. She showed it to the iPhone baddies and they busted out laughing. They laughed and laughed. They almost fell down. Nancy was confused. Why were they laughing at her? Did she buy a fake iPhone perhaps? She asked herself. She waited for them to stop laughing and she asked, "What is the matter?" "Girl, are you for real?" Favy shouted, collecting her iPhone 7 Plus. "You have the guts to want to become a part of us, and you are using an iPhone 7 Plus. Oh, Chim. Even my maid isn't using an iPhone 7 Plus. She uses an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Girl, you aren't qualified. Move away," they said to Nancy, leaving her in tears. That made a timid Nancy go back into her shell. The entire students laughed and laughed. They blamed Nancy for wanting to be a part of the iPhone baddies. The iPhone baddies screamed their slogan, "If you know they use 3 cameras, do waiting. Clear!" The entire students shouted, hailing them. That was how the iPhone baddies were with the students. They were so full of pride and arrogance. They believed no one was up to their standard. They bragged everywhere they went to, saying, "Just my phone would buy your entire generation. Or do you think it's easy to have an iPhone 16 Pro Max?" The iPhone baddies were so obsessed. They checked if a new iPhone has been dropped. They wanted to be the first set of people to purchase it. The people only saw the glamorous and luxurious side of the iPhone baddies. They only saw them flaunt their riches, but they have no idea what they do in secret to get the money to maintain their fake lifestyle. The hyphen baddies were popular HK girls in their neighboring village. They didn't do it in their village because they know they would be exposed, and so they sneaked to their neighboring village every night to awkward rich and wealthy men to get money in return. Every Friday night, they would sneak out of their various houses without their parents' knowledge. They would dress classy and head to the big club in their neighboring village. There, they would dance and rock different men. Afterwards, they would hawkware them and get money in return. That was how they've been getting money to get their airs, bags and shoes, and even their iPhones. They started this a very long time ago, and they don't plan on stopping. Every time they enter their neighboring village, they weren't known as the hyphen baddies. They were known as HK girls. Every man in the village has awkward all of them. No one in their village knew. They kept it as a secret and they sneaked out perfectly well. Everything was going perfectly well for the hyphen baddies. They remained hiders in their school until one day, Janet, a girl in the village the hyphen baddies go clubbing, relocated to their village and started attending their school. She was shocked to see how respected the hyphen baddies were in the school. She knew them to be awkward girls in her previous village. She thought she mistook them for someone else, but they looked so familiar, just like them, and so she decided to ask them if they are the one. Janet walked up to the hyphen baddies one day, but before she could ask the question, the hyphen baddies shouted, "If you know they use the camera, Claire." They ignored Janet because they saw an Android phone with her. However, Janet kept following them as she wanted to confirm. Favy shouted, "Girl, why do you keep following us around? Are you a beggar? You've come to ask for money, right? Please leave us alone." This got Janet so angry and she left them alone, promising to teach them a very big lesson. That night, Janet took her phone and went to her former village. She traced the hyphen baddies and confirmed it was them. She entered the club and the baddies were already dancing and rocking different men. Janet brought out her phone and started videoing them. She smiled satisfied and left the club. The next day, the hyphen baddies went to school as usual and they were flaunting their phones as usual. Janet shouted and gathered the whole students saying, "Everyone come on, they have been exposed." The students were confused. Who have been exposed? The hyphen baddies, she said. They were confused. Even the hyphen baddies were confused as well. Janet said to them all, "Look, everyone, I know you all respect and aspire to be like the hyphen baddies, but from today, take that thought out of your mind because they are uncultured girls. Do you guys want to know what they do for money? Have you ever wondered where and how they get all of their money despite coming from a poor background?" And that was when the students started thinking, that is true, oh. Where do they get their money from? A student said, "Don't worry, I'll tell you all today," Janet said. "I even have proof. They are HK girls. They go to the neighboring village every night and hawkware different men to get money." "That's a lie," the iPhone baddies shouted. "It's not a lie," Janet said. She brought out her phone and showed everyone the video she took of them in the club. The students were shocked. They stared at them with disgust. The love and respect they once had for them disappeared instantly. They started shouting at them, calling them different names. "Ashebo, Okwe mistresses." They don't have anything more than their iPhones, Janet said. The iPhone baddies were so ashamed of themselves. They shyly ran out of the school. They went home and didn't come to school for a very long time. The news spread round and their parents got to hear of everything they've been doing in secret. They seized their phones and the girls were ashamed. The people called them names they weren't respected anymore. Instead, they were shamed. The girls met one day at the village stream. They were so pained as their reputation has been ruined. They decided to run away from the village to start a new life somewhere else. They planned everything and went back home. That night, they decided to run away. They stole their phones from their parents' locker, met at the village park, and they traveled to the city. The ladies were so happy. They got to the city. They used the little money they had to rent a room in the city. The people on their street noticed them and were confused. How can they be using the latest iPhone 60 Pro Max? And they are all living in a room, sharing toilets with 10 other neighbors. They nicknamed them the iPhone baddies too. They didn't care. They loved the title. The girls would go from club to club looking for customers. They didn't care at all. They just wanted to afford their luxury wigs, clothes, and bags. They didn't care about the house they were living in. They didn't care if they ate well. They used all of their money to buy wigs, clothes, and so on. One day, Susie brought the news to the girls that iPhone 18 Pro Max has been released. They were so happy and they were eager to get one. And so they resumed their okwe business. They went snacking any and everywhere. Everything that had Ebola, they must snack. Just because they wanted to buy the new iPhone 18 Pro Max. They saved and saved, but their money wasn't enough to get it. They didn't give up. They kept saving and saving. One day, a fellow Okwe mistress, just like the hyphen baddies, told them that an allergy wants to do threesome and it will pay so well. The ladies didn't even think twice. They jumped on the opportunity immediately. They bought clothes, dressed so classy, and they headed to the hotel together. When they got there, they met the man. He looked so rich. They were very excited and they got to work. The three of them okwed the man. They did different okwe styles for the man, taught him different styles, and make sure that the man was so satisfied, so he'll be able to pay them extra. After they finished, they slept off. When they woke up, they didn't see the man. However, they saw so much money on the table and they took it and left. They used the money to change their iPhones immediately. They got the latest iPhone 18 Pro Max and flaunted it everywhere they went to. 3 months after they changed their various iPhones, something happened. The girls were all sleeping in their bed one day when Jenzy noticed something crawling out of her. She woke up and screamed. It was maggots crawling out of her leg. She traced it and it was coming out from her VJJ. The other ladies were shocked. They checked theirs too, and it was the same. Maggots were coming out of their VJJ. We have been used, Jency said. They sat on hot water, but the maggot didn't stop coming out. Rather, it became worse. Girls did literally everything to make the maggot stop coming out from their VJJ, but it didn't stop. It started smelling so bad. Their neighbors got to know and they spread the news everywhere. The iPhone baddies were so ashamed of themselves. They cried, prayed, and prayed for the maggots to stop coming out from them, but it didn't stop. They eventually sold their iPhone 18 Pro Max to take care of themselves. Went to different hospitals for checkups, but the doctors said nothing is wrong with them medically. They did all they could, but the maggots didn't go. And this was how the iPhone baddies live with the burden of a smelling, maggot-filled VJJ for the rest of their lives. The end. So you guys, tell me what you feel about this story in the comment section. This story, I know so many people will be able to relate with it. This is something that happens in her everyday lives. Like the rates at which people now worship and adore iPhone. Like, I don't even want to tell my experience. I want to hear you guys' experience. How is it? Please don't forget to like this video. Comment what you feel about this story in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply you. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel so you're going to know every time I upload a new video like this. Let me know in the comment section, is this story something you can relate to? Has it happened to you before? Because I've seen so many comments like of people using iPhone, and then when they walk on the streets, you see their fellow person that is also using an iPhone checking the back of their cameras to see who is the boss, to see what kind of iPhone you're using. It happens. Yeah, I've seen so many stories like that. It happens. So please, guys, tell me in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply everyone. And thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to comment and let me know the kind of stories you want to see next on this channel. Please let me know. And what do you think of the iPhone baddies? What happened to them? Is it something that should happen? Like, do they deserve something like that? Or do you think I should make a part 2 of this story? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. See you guys on my next story. Please do not forget to comment, tap on the notification bell so every time I upload a new video, you get to know and then you come support your girl. Thank you so much. See you guys on my next story. Bye guys. Love you all.